Well, hello, everybody. I believe that my mic is on. We will be starting as soon as this countdown gets from 10 to 0. Tonight is the Halloween show. I didn't get half of what I needed done, but you may notice there's kind of a spider web behind me. That's all lace, by the way. It's kind of neat. It's a lace tablecloth. But we're going to be starting here pretty soon. This is the Helpful Tip Show. This is Halloween night. I hope some people pop in. I imagine a lot are with their families, doing Halloween parties and, going around trick-or-treating. But I'm hoping a few people will at least pop in on Facebook when they see what's going on. I just got a notification that my calendar says that we're about ready to start. And we are number 3. Now, this thing running in front of your face there is just kind of some of the topics that we go over. All right, guys. Well, guess what? It's just about showtime. So we're just going to go ahead and it's showtime. So here we go. This is the Helpful Tip Show. My name is Roger Keyserling. It's put on by the Keywebco Global Network, which is a whole series of stores and businesses. You can find everything at the keywebco.com menu, but actually you need to go to keywebco.net for the show mostly. Um, if you do buy anything from keywebco.com, it is shipped from the United States warehouses. This is the Helpful Tip Show, and tonight, of course, is Halloween. We are not going to do Dragon Deals Lots at the end of the show because I have quite a bit of Halloween graphics to show you tonight. You can get free apps at keywebco.net. It says go to keywebco.com on this thing, but that's okay. You can get it from the menu there too. But keywebco.net is where you really, really need to go. My hat's really crooked. There are blogs and everything else at keywebco.net, and they're all on one page. Before you had to go to 3 different sites. You can make money if you join the Keywebco affiliate program. That's free to everyone. You just grab a link, share it. If it sells, you get paid. Everything is paid for here by the eCom Tips podcast sponsors. I put on eCom Tips, and this show will be transmitted there after it is over. My real business is making websites. I can teach you how to get one for free, or I can hook you up with one. There's a Helpful Tips Facebook group, which you should join. That's where you can get free advice. And then if you join other things, you can get into a private chat. There's also the Souls Network group. The Souls Network group I've done for years. It's a marketing group. And the last app that I always mention kind of at the end of my little spiel here at the beginning of the show is the Recipes for You app. That's put on Facebook, is Recipes for You group. That's Linda's group, not my group. But the content's fantastic, and I decided to make an app of it. So bingo, there it is. There's the Facebook Recipes for You app, and you can get that, of course, at the keywebco.net site. Well, this is Halloween, guys, so I have a whole bunch of Halloween graphics to show you. Perfect Finds made it in. Hi, how you doing tonight? Perfect Finds is the moderator for the show and helps along with the Helpful Tips group. Now, the graphics here are just kind of some backgrounds that are just going to kind of roll through. I hope I do have the sound off. Let me check that because there's some really funky sounds, I think, on these. Yes, the media sources are off. I have a lot of media sources here that we're going to go through. Yeah, we're all good. All right, well, this is just some graphics of Halloween that I figured I would just play in the background for a while as everyone gets in here tonight. Now, we do have some official show, like the things I do each week, that I will jump over to after we get done with Halloween for a while. And then we'll go back to Halloween. I have hours of graphics of Halloween. I doubt if I'll be on here for hours, but it does look like we have some people popping in. don't expect a whole lot because it is Halloween, but I do hope we get some people commenting and telling us what you're doing. The big call to action, every show I have a call to action. The big call to action tonight is tell us what you're doing. How are the kids dressed up? I'm going to show some pictures here in a little bit when we go to a bigger screen. But I have the dogs and some costumes. I never got dressed and got over to my mom's like I was supposed to do. I've just been so busy. But I hope everyone is having a great Halloween night. Now, we in the show further on, I do have a cooking tip that we're going to go over. And let me think what else. What was the other one I have in there? Well, I'm not really sure. I have three lined up in here, but I don't have them labeled, so we'll just see as we get to them. These are just some graphics. By the way, the graphics I use for Halloween tonight are all from Pixabay. You can use Pixabay graphics without attribution, which is really, really awesome because that way you don't have to put miles of text at the end of every blog or video or everything you do because it is obviously and it is clearly recognized by Google that you can use these images. I really like Pixabay. So a little tip in here while everyone's getting the Halloween mood on. I'm giving people time to get in because we are started a little early. I'm I have a tendency to start my show early because I used to do this big long pre-show. Now I get it going. I check to make sure the chat's going. I do the little 10 countdown and off we go. Yeah, Pixabay, great images. As a matter of fact, if I am making you a website, chances are the images came from one of two places. They either came from the platform that I build it on, which is Strikingly, and most of those are from Unsplash, which you can also use all the time without attribution. Always read those, though. Every once in a blue moon, you'll see one that kind of asks for attribution or has a limit. So, Unsplash is still also very good, but I use Pixabay the most. I'll use a Pixabay image and then I'll alter it, add video and that kind of thing to it. Now, this little graphic is just going through here. I made this just before the show. Do you guys like the little star background? That is now the new kind of background. I was having these, I haven't changed on the website yet, but there were theater lights. And that kind of got on my nerves. I got tired of the theater lights. So this star is an overlay that I can do very easy on the app that I create all the stuff for the show with. And I can put it through the whole scene. If you watch my shows before, you'll notice that my graphics are pretty awesome. But it's one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing. I had no way to blend my video graphics together. Well, that little star overlay, it's an overlay, which is different than what I was doing before, allows me to do that. So you're going to see, after Halloween's done here, this first phase, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more kind of windows like this of Halloween to show during the show tonight. We've got a few people in here watching on Facebook and the other 9 networks that we're on tonight. Feel free to say hello and tell us what you're doing for Halloween. I did not get my candy and I did not have my cocktails that I was going to have. I did have one drink. What was it? I think it was a Mike's Hard Lemonade. I had some of a Mike's Hard Lemonade a few hours ago, but that was it. I was going to have some red wine and stuff, but I just never got time to even go to the store and pick it up. I don't keep very much stuff like that here at the house. I really like this one, the one with the spider web. I had a lot of fun making the graphics for this tonight. Now, if you have any questions about e-commerce or just want to talk about Halloween, just because I'm talking, don't feel like you can't chat. Put anything you want in there. Hey, Kim. I see Kim popped over here on Facebook. Now, you're not seeing the notifications here because she didn't write anything, but Kim is someone who's been watching us for a really, really long time. Done a lot of changes, but I think we've gone through these graphics once. I think we might have already gone through the graphics. I have no way to check that. I need to learn how to put a counter on these things so I know exactly how many minutes go by. If we have seen these graphics, you're seeing them again. Yeah, we did see these graphics already. All right, so now let me show you some of the other stuff I'm messing around with. this is our cooking tips. Now, this is not a major tip. This isn't even the Halloween thing. This is how to write a recipe. I believe that's the one I gave you guys here. How to write a recipe. All you have to do to get this link, and my moderator, this is not a formal show. She doesn't have to go look it up unless she feels like it. But how to write a recipe is over there at keywebco.net. You just hit the blog page. Look through the first section. If you don't see it there, go to the next and the next. But most blogs are in that first section. I believe that one is too. Trick or treat. Yeah, trick or treat. I need to get some candy. I wonder if my employee's listening. Maybe he can make me some candy stuff. I think I've got something that he can. You know what? I could have some Jello. I could have some Halloween Jello. I think we've got some cherry Jello. I'm in the mood for something sweet because I didn't get my red wine. I was going to get a bottle of red wine to drink, but I didn't get time to do it. So the cooking tip is pretty cool. You just go in there, you look at the blog page. I also have an app that you can use that and find that link for this particular article and a whole lot more. If you want to find those apps, that's easy to find too. You just go to keywebco.net/apps instead of blogs. No, actually, it's slash keywebco apps, I believe is what it is. And I have something really awesome that I didn't get time to upload into my videos. It will be in my show on Tuesday, but I made a bit.ly link that will take you to an iGen app, which I love iGen apps. I also have articles in that blog page about iGen, but it's a neat app. You can use it on anything, and it will show you all the different sites and pages and things that I do in on the app. So you can find pretty much everything if you go to keywebco.com and use the menu, or if you go to keywebco.net, it's all across the top of the page. But the app is kind of neat. You can carry it on your phone. You can just save it on your. I have mine saved on the home screen. So if I need to look at any of my sites, instead of having to open keywebco.net and then go over and tap the page it's on, I just open my app, push the button, and there I am. So that is free for everyone. Now the link for that, I'm going to go ahead and call it out because I don't have it written for you guys. I'm sorry about that. It is bit.ly, bit, period, ly/ keywebco apps. Nope, not plural. Keywebco app. Keywebco app, all small letters. No S. Keywebco app. That's keywebco app. Check that out, and that app will take you to all these different sites I mentioned too. But you, of course, can go to keywebco.net. Now, this is the next window that I've messed with. This is new. This is my kind of new theme and background. I brought this over to the Facebook page just a few minutes before I went live. If you want to go look at the Helpful Tips Facebook group or page, both. Every group I do is always linked to a business page. But if you go to the Helpful Tips group or page, you will see this kind of graphics that I'm doing with the little stars and the little old reel to reel. Now, I'm giving away my age here. We're going to talk about my age here in a little bit too. I have a window for that. But I'm giving away my age with that reel to reel. Now, I went to, well, I started school in New York, but I basically went to school in Odessa, Missouri. Small country area. Good school system, though. Missouri has, well, had a very, very good school system. But their equipment, is normally, last year's model because it saved money, that kind of thing. And they used stuff pretty much until it all fell apart. Well, I saw a post on Facebook the other day that says, if you're old, you'll remember getting excited when you see this in the room. And they showed a cart with a big television and a great big huge VCR. Well, now I remember the television and the great big huge VCR, but I remember that from college when in high school they had the capacity to do that, but we were still watching reel to reel. So I was always excited when the reel-to-reels came in. Now they did get the TV and the VCR stuff. I think I'm not sure what year they did that, but that towards the end of my school. I'm going to be 53 November 5th. Now there's a reason I mentioned my age here, and we'll get to that later on. Now I have another window here. If anyone wants to chat about anything, feel free to do that. Kim's chat did come through. Just checking to make sure everything's working all right. Hey, Tammy, we got lots of people watching. I hope everyone's having a fun Halloween. By the way, it's kind of hard to see. This is not a formal show, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Give you a little bit better view of that. That is a spider web with little spiders on it, lace tablecloth, which I thought was really cool. It's actually two of them because it wasn't big enough. So I went and got another one, and my employee hand sewed that together. I mean, he actually knows how to knit and crochet and all that. I don't. If there's a machine that I can slide it across, I have one of those things that made hats and stuff. I'll sit there and do that. Oh yeah, I can do that. But he actually knows how to do, like, the doilies and the little lace stuff. And he actually did the correct stitching to put that together. He actually made a little kind of like webbed section between the two instead of just over layering. Because if you do that, you get a hem like this. So there would be a straight line. He didn't want a straight line, so he actually made a little crochet of spider web in between. Now, I would never spend that amount of time or that amount of attention to detail, but he wanted to do it, and I thought, well, now we have a tablecloth that's double the size, which will actually fit over the round table that I have a glass table that I'm using. It'll actually fit over that and look kind of nice. So you know what? I may just be having spiderweb tablecloth on this table all the time with all the work that he put into that. All right, well, let's move on to the next chat window. I'm just showing you my new graphics and telling you a few things. This is an excellent section. This is the time when you get to actually put your business links in. If you have an eBay store or a Mercari store, by the way, I listed my first item in Mercari, and my employee, I'm just going to do this real quick. I don't know if he's actually doing it. This is a little dusty. I need to clean it off. This is the one that I've actually used as the display model. We have some in bags. But this is actually a Halloween thing that we have 4 of that we're going to list on Mercari just for the heck of it. It's past season, but I don't really care. It's got little lights, It's just a little bat, and it's metal on wood. But it's kind of cute. So I don't even know what we're going to charge or anything for it. But we've got 4 of them that are new, and we're going to list that on Mercari. I think he's doing that tonight. By the way, I haven't figured out how to do it yet. There is a way. There's always a way I can put something somewhere and move it through, but I'm trying to figure out a way how I can embed any Mercari items I put in my website where they will actually pop open. Now, I can put a link that's an embed link that'll kind of give my logo. Oh, Perfect Finds. Awesome. Make sure anyone who puts their links in here, that's going to get shared into my network. So you're going to get a lot of views, even if it's not in the video. Like, this YouTube stuff's kind of new for me. All right. So I've got to figure out a way that I can get it to pop open. I was looking for an easy way to pin from Mercari, but on my app, maybe I didn't have something set right. Most of the time, all I have to do is push a button to share, and I can hit pin, and it will pull the image. Now I can use Ripple, but see, the reason I want it to go to Pinterest without actually have to manually send you each one, I want to make an RSS feed that will go to a Pinterest board. Because I plan on listing, like, I talked to my employee and he saw how easy that was. It's a lot easier than us doing lot listings, to be honest with you. He saw how easy it was and that they had toys and stuff, and he started looking at it. And he was like, I could probably actually do quite a few of these. And I didn't say a word because I'm always yelling at my employee to get list, and he hates doing it. Well, he actually kind of liked what he saw. So if I can get him to start cranking out some pictures, I've got all that eBay inventory, huge warehouse full, stacked to the ceiling still. Well, if you can start cranking out listings on Mercari, that's going to be great because it's easy. Um, so I need to be able to embed those in my website. If you go to keywebco.net and you look at the link that says stores at the top, when you go down there, there are several different stores. Some of them just look like little links. Um, I can make my keywebco.com items pop all open in there using PayPal buy it pins and buttons. But you know what, guys? I'm giving a lot of consideration to what I am doing at my keywebco.com business. And I'm thinking I'm just going to let it function by itself. My keywebco.net is what's important to my business. I make my living selling websites. I told you that at the beginning. So I'm getting I've always gotten huge views on the keywebco.net. It wasn't called that, but it's the same site. I've had that for 6 years. My blogs have comments. I mean, I've been doing that site for the longest of all of them I'm doing and have been doing for many years. My microsites, my apps do very well, but I looked at my number today and there's always at least 50 to 100 people every day looking at keywebco.net. Keywebco.com, there's about 50 to 100 people, but I look at the amount of time they spend there and it's very small. People go to keywebco.net and some of them sit there and watch the YouTube shows on my website. See, that doesn't really matter too much right now because I only have info link advertising. But pretty soon I may step up my game to Google AdSense like I used to have a long time ago. I forgot I had it. I went looking back at my records. I said, oh, this site used to have Google AdSense. I forgot I even had it. Yeah, but I can't get it now. I have way too much feeds. But I may be able, since I've divided my pages, I may actually be able to use Google AdSense again. That's real money for advertisement. That's why it's important how long people stay on my websites. Now, if my main business was just selling products, I'd want them all at keywebco.com buying stuff. That would be great. But my main business where I make money is selling websites. So I want them sitting on the sites where I sell the websites. And I don't sell those at keywebco.com. I sell those at keywebco.net. So I'm actually doing a lot of consideration what I'm going to do. It's a huge amount of overhead and work to have thousands of items. And this provider that I have is excellent. It's all USA shipping. You get it in a week. Um, all quality stuff. But I don't like how often they run out of certain items in inventory. Their inventory levels are moderate at best on several products, and I don't like a highly changing inventory. I like my suppliers to have unlimited numbers of everything they carry, and they don't. So I'm going to cut out several product lines that I've carried that I see they have the limited stock on. So I've got a lot of work at keywebco.com if I even keep that as it is. See, I could just assign keywebco.com directly to the same site that keywebco.net is. It would be the same thing, just two different names. I can do that. If I did that, then what I would be doing is I would still have the strikingly or the Shopify website, but I wouldn't be selling it anywhere. The only reason I'd have it is to have an inventory of what's available for sale, and then I just copy the listing over or embed the listing over in my website that I wanted to sell that time. And if it sells, it sells, and if it doesn't cost me that much money. So I've got a lot of that kind of stuff I got to figure out. I just wanted to mention that while we're talking about add your business links in the chat. All right, let's move on. Our tip for tonight is social media setup. You like the little stars, guys? It's kind of a new graphic thing I want to do now. Social media app. Like I said, all you got to do is go to keywebco.net, top of the page, scroll over. There are apps. Everything you need to know about setting up your social media sites is in this app. It's pretty easy. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make you sit through all these windows that roll through because this runs pretty slowly. It tells you all the pages. You see the little link images. Now, it depends on which app you're using. If you are on keywebco.net and you're using the apps that are the flipboards, you just scroll through and push each button. Now, some of them you will be confusing. You'll push a button and just a picture will open up. If that's the case, that means you didn't push the link underneath. Close it back, hit the link. You have to open each one to read it. Same thing on my other app. This is the other app. It's the same app made in two different places. Uh, you can find the other app, which you're looking at here, same place, keywebco.net, but instead of the first Keywebco apps link, look all the way over to the right of the page, and you'll see another one that says Keywebco apps. Click that, and that will take you to another website that is unsecure. The reason I use the Flipboard apps is that's all HTTPS. My AdsMe apps, which I use for marketing and advertisement, but I also created the apps there, are HTTP, and that can be problematic when you are embedding in a secure site. So I have separated them, but they are the exact same content. Actually, the Flipboards have a little bit more data in them than the other ones. All right, so this is the social media app. You can find that again at keywebco.net. Just click the app thing. Easy peasy, color breezy. All right, now this is with stars in the background again. This is the part of the show which is called the Helpful Tip Show live stream update. We're going to do this now because I'm not going to do it again at the end of the show. We're almost done with the show. We've got a bunch of Halloween stuff to go back to here in a minute. But I wanted to do the official show kind of stuff that I do every week so people have an idea of what to expect. So, I don't even know if that subscriber level is right. I believe it may actually be lower than that now. I've been getting rid of a few kind of shady looking accounts that I followed that followed me back, and then a few more have signed up. So my numbers now that I'm getting closer to the 1,000 level kind of jump up and down a little bit. So my subscriber goal is always going to be within 10 or so of what I actually have. Hopefully, unless I lose a bunch of subscribers, which I hope I don't do. So everything's going good with the show. If I get 1,000 subscribers, I used to say I was going to be able to monetize. I don't have enough watching hours yet because I haven't been doing this a whole year. I need everyone to watch the show on YouTube. Even if you're over there on Facebook and join us tonight, or even if you just kind of catch it later and you hear me say go watch it on Facebook, just go to the Keywebco YouTube channel, subscribe, let it play. If you get bored with it, turn the volume down and look at the graphics. But let it play. The more that it plays, the closer I get to hitting my goal. Once I can monetize YouTube, I don't have to do the asking people to sign up for Patreon and all that. I get my money from companies. I'd much rather do that than ask my listeners to give me money. I really don't like to do that. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go back to Halloween. Now we're back on the original Halloween that you guys saw before. So guess what? We're going to change that. We're just going to go through some of these Halloween screens, and hopefully you will enjoy seeing the Halloween background. Now, what did everyone do for Halloween? I didn't do anything like I was supposed to do. I was supposed to get red wine. I didn't get red wine. I was supposed to go trick-or-treat over at my mom's. I didn't trick-or-treat over at my mom's. But we're going to, in just a second here, my camera is all small on these Halloween windows. I didn't think of that. I have pictures in my phone that I need to show you guys. The dogs in costumes. I was not able to upload that to video because I just got them from my employee like 5 minutes before my show started. All right, so what I'm going to do, even though this is Halloween, we're going to jump completely out of that. As a matter of fact, we're going completely out of the show to... There we are. We are now in the part that I said I wasn't going to do, but I'm doing this so you'll be able to see these pictures much larger. Now, I haven't even looked at these pictures. I've seen the dogs, of course. Oh, Harry did not want to be in costume today. So the pictures of him are not too great. Let's start with Betty Boop. And she wasn't in the mood either. It was kind of funny. All right, this is her as a Poo-moji. All right, hold on. I'm not too good with this. Let me try to make it so you guys can see that. Can you see that okay? Here we go. It's her as a Poo-moji. That's not a very good picture. Hold on. This is Betty Boop in her Eskimo outfit, but she didn't like the Eskimo outfit either. You could tell she was not having it. And you can kind of see the Pumoji a little bit better here. This is Betty Boop's Halloween costumes this year. All right. I can't even tell what this is. I didn't do this one. He's got some other costume on her, but I don't even know what it is. Maybe you guys can figure it out. She was not posing. I have no idea what this costume is, but it is a costume that she's in. You guys know what that is by any chance? I can't tell. I guess maybe a monkey on her back or something. I don't know what that is on her back. And here's another one. Uh, Now this one is a penguin, but he didn't get a very good image of it. It's her in her little penguin outfit. See the penguin's on top. It's reversed. It's not over her face. It's actually on her back. Now I have much better costumes at Keywebco.com. These are ones that I sold on eBay a long time ago. This is her in a shirt, but I don't know what the shirt says. I didn't do those. I don't know what that is. It's just her in a shirt. Oh no, this is a little bit cute. Now we kind of got her to pose for this one a little bit. This is her as one of the mariachi things. You know, they have the little hat on. It's kind of cute. Oh, here's a little bit better picture of it. Harry's in that too. Let's see, yeah, that one's kind of cute. That one came out all right. They were not happy to do this today. The other day we couldn't get him out of the costumes, and then today they couldn't be bothered. Here's Harry in that same outfit. He wasn't having it either. This is her all throwing a fit. Yeah, see, this is her throwing a fit because we put her in the outfit. She's all hunkered down. I don't like it. The Betty Boop. Oh, and here's a picture of Harry in the face. This is okay picture. I did tell everyone I was going to show the dogs in their little costumes today. And this is just from the top. It's not a very good picture either. Coming in the house. All right, well, that's the pictures of the pets and their little Halloween costumes. Now let's go back to our show. I jumped completely out and went to Dragon Deals Live Lots. By the way, I do live lots where you fill stuff. You know, I hold up stuff and fill it. But I'm making lots that you can get online. You can get that at keywebco.net again. All right, let's go to another cause. Oh, everyone's seen me do this one before. We're not going to stay on that one. Everyone's seen the little pumpkin. I don't think anyone's seen this one yet. So we'll stay on this one for a minute. Now, this is Halloween. If you have any... Oops. Okay, hold on. Oh, we're good. This is Halloween. If you have anything you want to talk about, what you did on Halloween, let me take a peek over there on Facebook, see how many are watching us. There's a few people over there. Let's wave at them. Say hi. The show is a little behind where I am. There is a little bit of a delay. So if I zip by and don't see your message, just send it again. Yeah, there's quite a bit of a delay between the video and what's actually playing. So we are over here on Halloween. We're having a good time. If anyone has any questions about e-commerce or anything else, this would be the time to ask. We're just basically going to go through these Halloween windows. And if we don't get too much conversation going on, the show will be over tonight. But I did want to show you guys those pictures of the dogs because I did tell everyone I would do that. I will make a much better pictures and probably do a little slideshow, maybe on my daily vlog tomorrow morning. So let's see some more Halloween stuff. What other stuff have I stuck in here? You never know what you're going to see. Well, I think you guys may have seen this one before. I think I actually used this backdrop on my other Halloween show. But I hope everyone is enjoying themselves and eating lots of candy, having fun eating candy. I didn't even get any candy. I was supposed to go to my mom's and trick or treat. I even got my little mask thing, but Never made it. Never made it. I didn't even get a shower in before the show. I wanted to get a shower in. I finished dinner just as I was logging on. I pushed my dinner plate over here. Way behind schedule today. The roads are really awful this morning. All right, well, let's check out what other Halloween images I have up in here. Oh, this one's neat. We'll let this one play for a little bit. This one's kind of cool. I just found this. Again, this actually is a Pixabay video. You can use these as well. This is a Pixabay video. Like some of those I made. The very first one I showed you, and we'll go back to that one. I actually made that. This one I just downloaded. But I like it. It's Dracula is what they call this one. I thought that one was pretty creepy. I like them all creepy and crazy on Halloween. All right, let's see what other things I might have up in here. Oh, well, that one's pretty boring. You guys have seen this one before. This is just my intro for Halloween here. Well, that's some of the windows that I had preloaded there. I'm watching them on Facebook. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Yes, see how far behind we are? You'll notice that in the loop. All right, now if anyone has any questions, we're almost out of time. I've been on here quite a long time. By the way, my name is Roger Keyserling, in case you're popping in late. Uh, my business is keywebco.net, where I sell websites, and you can also go to stores there. The keywebco.store site has huge business on e-commerce. In e-commerce, keywebco.com has, I think, 48,000. I took down several thousand listings today because they were sold out. But at 48,000 some odd listings, a lot of costumes, a lot of different stuff. Go check it out. By the way, if you're at keywebco.com, there's a little pop-up when you try to leave. Write down that code it gives you because that code is good for you basically until I cancel it. You can get 5% off at any time. Now, I am going to add Prairie Grit to my stores. So if you go to keywebco.net, eventually there'll be Prairie Grit under there. It'll be the same things that are at my keywebco.com site. And then Macari, depending on if I can get my employee to do it, it looks like he will. Um, we'll have a lot of listings on there. And then I do have listings at Poshmark. I make a Poshmark sale pretty often. I don't really do much with it. If I market with it, I can crank out the sales there. But very seldom do I take the time to market as much as I should. All right. Excuse me. I'm a little congested because of the weather. I do go to the hospital tomorrow for the people that watch my daily vlog, so you'll see me going on time tomorrow. All right, let's go. Let's do something else. We've been sitting here. No one seems to be talking about Halloween. So let me show you something of value before I jump off here. Is there anything anyone wants to know? This would be a good time to ask. I don't charge in my shows. All right, let's see here. A lot of people have issues with products. They don't really know what they're doing. So let's look at that. Now, let me make sure that media source is off because that's really obnoxious. Now, I have to have China flashing when you talk about products because even if your stuff is from the United States, even if it says made in the USA, there's a very high probability that some of the parts or all of the parts are imported from China and then assembled in the United States. Or at least some of it is from China, guys. So I always show China when I talk about products. I'm not telling you to order stuff from China. That's a nightmare. I did that for a couple months. That's why I pay a bunch of money to have everything shipped from the US, from USA suppliers. But this, again, is an app. I have the Keywebco product app. You can find that either as a flipboard. If you go to the keywebco.net at the top of the page, you can find it there. Or if you go to the far end of that page, you can find an app that's a whole nother website that has it. And that one looks exactly like this. The Flipboard ones, you just click through and push the buttons and get all your information. But that app is pretty good. It will give you things that you may not have considered. It also refers you to another app. So we're not going to stay on the products things. You can see these things scrolling through. While you guys are watching that scroll through, I'm going to find the more important app that goes right along with it. Right along with it. I have a lot of stuff in here, guys, to sort through, so it'll take me just a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think this one might do it. This might be the one I want. All right. Well, if we'll finish up on this. So the Keywebco products app, as you can see these things scrolling around, it gives you all the information that you need to know about all of these different things. If you have a product you're not sure what category it's going to get found in or which is the best one to use it in, go look it up. There's an app. I think that one you just drop the link in and it figures out for you, or it'll give you a syllabus to look at. You need to really think about expensive products that cost you a lot of money as a seller. You really need to look at those premium products and make a correct decision on those. Now, this is what I was referring to. We're not going to sit on this page anymore. That Keywebco SEO app is the favorite one that everyone uses. Now, that bit.ly link is to the other website, the unsecure website that looks exactly like what you're seeing on the screen. If you go to keywebco.net, you can use the Flipboard ones. Same information, same data, works exactly same way. And which items are best to market, take advantage of the holiday sales? Okay, with the I see a question now. All right. With the holidays coming, what is the best way to market items on platforms to sell, and which items are best to market to take advantage of holiday sales? I could give you a general answer to that question, but let's be a little more specific tonight. A little more specific. The best way to market items on platforms to sell is list them well. Because other than that, on a platform, nothing you do on that platform makes any difference whatsoever. So get your shipping speeds up high, get good metrics. Hopefully you'll get a good search result. Put all the item specifics. So do an extremely good listing, excellent pictures. Basically, kiss the platform's butt as much as possible so you can sell the item. Sometimes you got to pay. Sometimes you just got to jump through all the hoops. There's not much you can do on a platform itself to help you sell. So I'm answering that question exactly as it was worded. Now, the meaning of that question is, what can you do to sell your stuff? If you have your stuff all just on platforms, well, that's your first problem. Do something free. This is the best way to start out. Go to adsy.me. That's an AdsMe microsite. That's the same thing that this app that you're looking at is made from. And simply make a microsite that simply is, let's say you're selling this little Halloween item. Oh, something popped out. Oh, the spider jumps out. Yeah. Okay, so let's say you're selling that item. All right. And you've got it in eBay, and you look on eBay and there's 18 gajillion of them. They're all ranging in price. They all have the same titles, the same descriptions pretty much. So you decide, okay, well, I'll do that too. So you do. You have your items in eBay. You try to make it as good as you can for eBay on that platform. Your Google search result is going to consist of what the best product catalog item is. Is that you? Probably not. It's a box store or China or somewhere eBay's invested directly, or Amazon if that's the situation you're selling in. So how do you actually come up in Google search? Because that's more important than any platform. How do you do that? Well, you take your eBay listing and you get a microsite, AdsMe microsite, and your very first page of it is make about 4 or 5 boxes, not more than that. You don't need it very big. This is a funnel. Your very first thing that gets their attention is Halloween. Just like Toys R Us's name used to be. Toys R Us. The reason they named it that is recipes for you. Toys R Us. It is direct. It tells you exactly why you are looking at that page. So you get a good catchphrase. Doesn't matter what your catchphrase or what business you are. I'm talking about this with products, but I'm going to expand it so you can think about this for anything that you're marketing, blog, anything. So in the product realm, Toys R Us, Halloween R Us, doorbells are us, whatever that little site is going to be. Now, that little microsite, you don't want more than 3 primary keywords. That's it. Halloween, doorbell, animation. I don't know if that's good. You'd have to look that up in my SEO app. But those, let's say, are the 3 keywords. So, Halloween, that's your first page. Why are you looking at Halloween on this microsite? Bam, your catchphrase, what draws them in, what you're seeing all over Facebook. Improve your SEO, rank #1 on Google. Those are all catches. Flies getting caught in ointment. So get those flies, get those people in there. So you give them a catchphrase. This is the most important thing. A funnel without a catch is worthless. So you get your catchphrase. The next thing is, okay, you've told me that you have all of these Halloween ones. Where are they? What is your value? Why do I stay on this page? So your next thing would be a video showing this thing working, or price comparison, or the cost of a website from another person, the cost of the website from Keywebco. Some sort of reason, oh, this is interesting, something to catch them. You caught their attention, now you want to catch their interest. And then the last thing, how the hell do I get it? It's that simple. So your funnel is 3 boxes. Now you can expand that out, add a couple extra more boxes and items to refine your catch, whatever your marketing is. But if it's just a product, a single item, this is what you do. Same catch, fly in the ointment catch. We are Halloween. Toys R Us. Shopping is us. Vintage is us. Whatever it is, your catch, something to get them in. Then to give them the value. That, again, remains the same. Why am I here to buy this from you? Oh, you have USA shipping. Oh, you have 5 different models of it in 6 different colors and 4 different sounds. The way you catch them there is, again, with video, showing them exactly why they're not clicking over on Amazon and getting it. Why, well, they wouldn't be clicking on eBay anyway. Why they're not clicking over on Amazon and getting it quick. You have to give them a reason for that. So on your microsite, it's the catch, the reason why you're the source, why you're the best. And then you just simply embed, or you wouldn't be able to embed in microsite, sorry. You just simply add the link, and all you do is rub your finger on the screen. It's got a little button. Rub your finger on the screen, type in the link, push a button, and poof, there it is. That's it. That's it. So you take your product, this doorbell ringer. You say doorbells are us. Why are they us, and what is the deal that you're going to give me? And okay, I'm ready to buy. Click the link to your eBay store. That's how you get sales on a platform. You don't rely on it. You get them from somewhere else where you can actually get SEO. Okay, and which items are the best to market and take advantage of holiday sales? Now that's actually a much better question. That's a good question. Any item that would be used when people travel, when people buy gifts, when people mail items, when people arrive somewhere and discover that they are going to be there a week and they don't have something and they need it quickly. Basically, anything that is used by a consumer is a good item to sell in the Halloween. Yes, link goes to the platform listing if that's where you want to sell it. If not, you can get a Strikingly website and you can sell that listing for free. But that's a different game. That's not AdsMe. That's a website. Or any platform. It doesn't matter what it is. Platforms mean nothing, guys. I am so tired of all these people. Oh, Amazon. Oh, eBay. Oh, Macari. Oh, you know what? It means absolutely nothing. The only thing it means to you is the search engine on that platform. If you can get the platform to have you get relevance in search and you get their customers, then it means something. But other than that, it means absolutely nothing. You're getting your sales from marketing your items on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest in particular, on sending them to Instagram, on people sharing them into your blogs, how and making microsites. That's how you get this Google relevance, and Google is what sells everything. Google is what runs the search, the real search. People are tired of messing with these platforms. No one asks a platform anymore. Maybe Amazon, but no one really messes unless they're a seller on eBay. They're not using this eBay search. They're going to Google or Siri or whatever and jumped on and asking for what they want. As a matter of fact, not going to go into the news section, but as a matter of fact, the news information that I released on Tuesday was talking about Google search. Now they're looking at all the keywords, not just what the product is, but if you say you're going to buy it for your son or daughter, then they go look at your son or daughter and figure out what color you're going to need. Major change. If you want to find out more about that, just go to the Helpful Tips group on Facebook and you can get all kinds of information there. You can also go to the keywebco.net sites and look at all that stuff. It'll take you a while to go through all my sites. I got a lot of goodies in there. All right, so since we're talking about the SEO topic and I'm getting tired of that little spaceship zipping around in circles, we're going to go back over here to this search window for a while so I can answer the rest of this question. Okay, eBay or any other platform or store workaround to product catalog platform. Yeah, it's basically taking what the store is or what the platform's allowing you to do and duplicating it in a way that it'll actually get found by Google. It'll actually get read by a consumer. It'll actually gain value other than just being part of eBay's product catalog. As part of product catalog, you have no value whatsoever. As on a website or a microsite, even though it's a link going somewhere else, you've added content under your name to give that value to Google search as well as your value of a business because you actually have something in your name. Otherwise, you're just part of eBay's product catalog, part of Amazon's product catalog. Mercari, I'm sure the same thing, part of their app. But if you take those items and you do something with them, then you gain value. And then not only is one bot on eBay and one Google bot crawling it, your AdsMe bot, think of it that way. This is not accurate, but this is the best way to understand it. Everything that you touch that has a domain name is a set of bots. Not exactly, but it works that way in how it's analyzed. So let's say I have a website called Spinners R Us, and I have another website that's an AdsMe microsite where I'm selling my Spinners R Us webs, the items for Spinners R Us in my AdsMe microsite. Spinners R Us are all just spinners, but my AdsMe microsite has videos, blogs about how to do spinners, medical reports, PDF embeds, me talking about it on video on maybe YouTube embedded. So what is going to come up in Google search? Just some product catalog that there's a billion of? Or something that the consumer is going to get useful information and still has all the products? It's called value. So just keep all that in mind when we're talking about the SEO topics. All right, guys. Now, you know, my show is Tuesday and Thursday each week. If you pop in on my birthday, and I've got to find where my birthday screen went. My birthday is November 5th. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is, I think. Maybe. Yes, here it is. November 5th is Keywebco and my birthday. I opened my business officially on my birthday 10 years ago. Uh, I'm going to talk briefly about the 10 years of business that I did in e-commerce. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of info. I'm just going to say I started doing this. I went to this. I went to this. Give you a little information about that. So you can learn from the things I did, learn from my mistakes, some of the things that I'm doing now. My birthday show is, again, going to be kind of like this Halloween show where we just kind of screw around a little bit because we have been screwed. I haven't been all business today. If you watch my other shows, it's all business. We talk about this, we talk about that. You ask questions. been kind of messing around today. Well, November 5th, we're going to mess around. I'm going to announce a few things about my business as well. Some new things coming out, things that you can gain uh, some value yourself on if you try to duplicate or even jump in with what I'm doing. All right, so let's go back to Halloween. You know, it is Halloween tonight. So let's see. Let's see. We'll just go back through these little windows and see if anyone has any questions or wants to talk about Halloween in any way, shape, or form. I imagine quite a few people right now are getting a little sick from candy, especially on the East Coast, even though it's cold everywhere. But I imagine a lot of people are sick from candy. I didn't get my candy. I did not have time to go trick or treat over at my mom's. I was just going to go get a bag of candy from her, but I never got a chance to do that today. All right, well, that's the little Dracula scene. Let's see what this next scene looks like. Let's see. Let's see what this one. Oh, that's that little cemetery thing. It changes color. That's not too attractive. We don't need to stay on that one. I don't know if you see it, but there's kind of eyes in the very background, and a Japanimation eyes in the background. I tried to wash them out, but you can still see them back there. They're in between my spinner and the first YouTube signal image in chat. You can see two black eyes blinking in there if you take a quick, deep look. All right, let's see what's the next thing we're going to look at. Let's go back through here. I think we sat on this one for a while before. I like the little owls in here. Now, these are Pixabay, like I talked about before. I'm just kind of showing you those again as we work down to the one that I made. Again, you guys have seen these. I kind of like this one because it's really creepy. I don't know what that is coming out of their head. I have no clue what that is coming out of that zombie's head. Sticks, I guess. I don't know what it is. All right, so let's go on. Now, this is the one that I made. I made this before the show. So we'll sit here for a little bit. I'll give anyone, once that's a question or something, this will be the time to ask, because we're just about ready to get off here. Um, if you need some great recipes, you can get all those recipes and stuff. I'm taking that off. You can get all those recipes and stuff at keywebco.net. All you got to do is go to keywebco.net. You go there, you hit the apps page, and you can go to the recipes for you app. Now, the reason I want you to go to the app, most of the better recipes, I have great recipes in my blogs. You can check that out. But the best recipes are from my friend Linda and Jody that actually run recipes for you. And that's why I made the app. They have such excellent content that I thought, you know what? There's no reason for people to be jumping around searching for recipes. They can just look at 3 places. And then I have a whole bunch of extra embeds and PDFs. The Boston Bar Guide is in there. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's got a guide to make cocktails. All righty, guys. Well, I think I answered the questions. I think everyone had a pretty good time. No one really talked about Halloween except me. So I think we are done for the night. I think we're going to jump over here to this last live scene again, which I said I wasn't going to do, but I decided to do. This is where we talk about Helpful Tips Show. I'm not going to talk about it. I already talked about it before, but we're going to jump over here for a moment. I'd give anyone a chance to catch up, see if there's any questions. I do not see questions in here. So, you know what? I hope you all enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed watching me zip through my graphics and see the little star backgrounds and changes I'm making to my show. This will go up to eCom Tips Podcast. I will upload that probably tomorrow morning. And it's already on YouTube and Facebook and 9 other networks. So, all I have to do is upload this to the podcast, and you guys can listen to it there as well. Thanks to Perfect Finds for popping in and checking out everything going on, making sure no one's doing anything all scandalous. And of course, she didn't have to share any links today. I hope you enjoyed popping in tonight, and I will see everyone on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will have our next Helpful Tip Show.